Hi everybody, I was just tidying up a moment, but today we're going to be taking a look. I found this pad, pad of paper, and it's like from years ago, and I still had extra pages left that I hadn't used. It's not branded, it's like the cheapest that I could find. Quality-wise, I mean, it's the absolute worst quality I've ever come across. But I wanted to test with you guys today the cheap colouring pencils I've got, whether they work well on this kind of paper. So let's get into it. Okay, so the brand of paper, it's called Dickens. And, hopefully it's not a real big important brand, because I really, really don't like it. But I'm hoping I might learn to like it with the cheap colouring pencils. They might come out better, and you never know, the Prismacolor might work on it. Now, please don't ever think it's going to be light fast or acid free. No idea about that. But it does say Sketchpad, and it does say Superior 100 GSM white paper. Now, it isn't white, it's more like newsprint. So because this is old, I've got really bad artwork in here. It's like really terrible. There's nothing completed. It's just, some are all right, I mean, that's okay, but again, perspective and composition is nothing. You see, I don't really operate with perspective and composition. I just kind of go whatever's in my head, whatever I want to do. This came out quite good. Again, it's something to work on and miss. So there's always going to be a couple of things I might like to then expand upon. But then a lot of it is just uncompleted. My point being, I'm trying to show you what the colour of the paper looks like. And it feels very rough. I mean, it's smooth, but it's, there isn't like a smoothness to it. It's hard to explain. The paper itself has no texture, but when you put your hand on it, it feels, I mean, can you hear the noise? And if I then get some of my printer paper, which is completely smooth and is the same weight, right, we still get the same noise, but it's smooth, very smooth, and you kind of glide across it, so that doesn't really help me explain, but it feels rough. But it's not, so I know what I mean. And go through here, go through there. Point is, we're not having a flip through. We are just seeing, we're going to be testing the colouring pencils and seeing how, maybe I can finish something off in here. So we'll try this. Point is, I was pleased to find some extra sheets of paper with a sketch pad that I hadn't used. I thought that's unheard of, so it must be really terrible, the paper. So I thought, right, let's try some cheap pencils. So yes, in here, the box I've decorated and reused from household things, and I've just labelled it Crayola and other kids' coloured pencils, because in here I'm going to get things like from Bic Kids or old W.H. Smith ones from like over 20 years ago, and then the Derwent Academy ones. Some of those are in here. And I've got a little paper pocket I made and put in for the eraser, and then I've put my sharpener in there. And it's literally, that's all that's in there, the brand's Crayola. We've got the odd Papermate, but not many colours. Then it is Crayola, majority of that. And then there's the Reynolds Global Colour. And then there is the Bic Kids equivalent. So we've got about 4 brands of basic kids stuff. So here is a Derwent Academy dark green. So I'm just going to carry on doing some leaves. And we're going to see how easy it is for blending. So I'm going very lightly, and I have to say, I do think this paper might cope better with the paper. I mean, I've never used newspaper print, and I have a feeling this could be that. And it does seem quite smooth. I was worried about the surface deteriorating, because the surface does seem poor. Like the pencil could actually, if you look closely, I keep thinking we're going to get bobbled bits of paper because of the quality of it. But we're looking quite smooth, so that's nice to know. There's no white bits. Maybe you guys know more about it, but is newsprint the same? Do you feel it's going to deteriorate under the pencil? If we zoom in, you'll be able to see what I mean. I'm going to say there is slight deterioration, but we've got a full blend really. We haven't got any white bits, except the blend doesn't particularly show up that well, because the more you press, the kind of more deterioration you might get. But we'll see. I'm going to really press. Yeah, so I find this Derwent Academy is a bit drier and it wants to damage the paper more. Whereas this kids one by Reynolds, which is like a Bic kids one, it glides over the surface better. So then we'll try a Crayola in Mango. Yeah, it doesn't really show up that great. So maybe it's just the pencils are not that pigmented. But I do like testing different papers, because coloured pencils really, you can't say something is rubbish with a coloured pencil until you've tried it on every single paper you can, because you will be surprised. I also want to test them on this smooth printer paper that I have here. So that's the Peach Crayola. I think that this will work out better than my Winsor & Newton sketchbook for coloured pencils. So that's looking really quite nice. So I've been watching the YouTube channel MDrawingM, and she is amazing with blending coloured pencils. She uses predominantly Prismacolor and Xena colour, the pencils, and she just gets absolutely stunning blending effects. I will link her channel in the description. And she has, I'm trying to follow her tutorial on blending, and I think I could be getting it. I hope she might see this video and let me know if I am doing it okay. I'm trying to get a kind of, I'm getting dark to light, and I saw that she went in different directions. So I'm trying to get dark here. I'm trying not to rush it, and then I'm easing up on my pressure until we get to hardly any pressure at all, because we're in white space. And I would say I'm almost smooth. I just have to keep working on it, I think. So we do full pressure in this direction here. And then I'm easing up on my pressure. And I'm going in circular motions. I like that. And we're going to go into a time lapse now. So I'm leaving it here. I think the pencil work has added to it, and I did try doing a little bit of blending, but not for this bit.